Hi there. Welcome to this guided meditation for goal setting. I'm Mel. I post daily guided meditations to help you cope with different situations and emotions in life. If this is something that appeals to you, please subscribe to my channel. Right now, find somewhere comfortable where you won't be disturbed, and let's begin. Find a comfortable seated position with your spine naturally upright. Rest your hands gently in your lap or on your knees. If you prefer to lie down, that's fine too. Just remain alert and present. Begin by taking 3 deep, conscious breaths. With each exhale, allow yourself to arrive more fully in this moment, releasing any urgency or pressure about having to accomplish something specific today. Breathe in possibility, breathe out expectation. Breathe in openness, breathe out any sense of forcing. Breathe in trust, breathe out the need to have it all figured out right now. Let your breathing return to its natural rhythm. Notice that in this quiet space, beneath all the mental noise about what you should do or need to achieve, there's a deeper knowing. This meditation is designed to help you access that wisdom. Set an intention now to approach this practice with curiosity rather than judgment, with openness rather than rigid thinking. You're not here to create the perfect goals, but to listen deeply to what wants to unfold in your life. Before we can set meaningful goals, we need to connect with what truly matters to you, your core values. These are the principles that guide your decisions and give your life meaning. Place one hand on your heart. Feel the steady rhythm of your heartbeat. This physical heart represents your emotional and spiritual center, the place where your truest values reside. Take a moment to reflect. When you think about the times in your life when you felt most alive, most fulfilled, most like your authentic self, what was present? Perhaps it was moments of deep connection with others, times when you felt truly seen and loved, or when you were able to offer genuine care and support to someone else. Maybe it was moments of creativity, when you were expressing something uniquely yours, bringing something new into existence, or solving a problem in an innovative way. It might have been moments of growth and learning, when you were expanding your understanding, developing new skills or overcoming challenges that helped you become stronger. Or perhaps moments of service, when you were contributing to something larger than yourself, making a positive difference in your community or the world. Without judgment, allow these memories to surface. Notice what themes emerge, What were you honouring in those moments of fulfillment? Now imagine you're looking back on your life from many years in the future. From that wise, experienced perspective, what would you say were the most important things you stood for? What would you be proud to have prioritized? Let these core values become clear in your awareness. You might sense them as words: love, creativity, justice, adventure, peace, growth, service, authenticity, beauty, wisdom. Or you might sense them as feelings or images. Trust whatever arises. Take a moment to silently acknowledge these values. These are your inner compass. They will guide the goals we explore today. Now we'll create space for your authentic goals by gently releasing beliefs that might be limiting your vision of what's possible. Take a deep breath and imagine you're standing in front of a large, beautiful tree. This tree represents your potential, strong, rooted, with branches reaching towards unlimited sky. Notice that some of the branches might have old tags hanging on them. Labels that say things like, "I'm not smart enough," "I don't have enough time." These tags represent limiting beliefs that may have been placed there by past experiences, other people's opinions, or your own inner critic. They're not the truth about you. They're just old thoughts that have become habits. One by one, imagine yourself gently removing these tags from the branches of your potential. You don't need to fight with them or analyze them deeply. Simply recognize them as outdated limitations and let them go. As you remove each tag, notice how the branch springs back to life, reaching more freely toward the light. With each limiting belief you release, feel your sense of possibility expanding. Breathe in this expanded sense of what might be available to you. Now imagine a gentle rain beginning to fall on your tree of potential, washing away any residue of limitation, nourishing the roots of your authentic desires, encouraging new growth. Feel yourself becoming more spacious, more open to possibilities you might not have considered before. This doesn't mean being unrealistic. It means being free from unnecessary constraints. From this place of expanded possibility, what begins to stir within you? What dreams or aspirations feel more accessible now? Now we'll connect with a future version of yourself. Someone who has been living in alignment with your core values and pursuing meaningful goals. Imagine yourself 1 year from now. See this future you clearly in your mind's eye. Notice how this person carries themselves. What do you see in their posture, their expression, their energy? This future self has been dedicating time and attention to what truly matters. They've been making choices aligned with the values you identified earlier. How has this changed them? What does their daily life look like? Not necessarily the external details, but the quality of their experience. How do they approach challenges? How do they relate to others? What brings them joy? Now imagine asking this future self, what advice do you have for me? What's most important for me to focus on this year? Listen quietly for their response. It might come as words, images, or simply a felt sense of direction. Trust whatever arises. Ask them, what do you wish I had started sooner? What deserves more of my attention and energy? Again, listen with your whole being for their wisdom. Finally, ask, what can I do to honor our shared values while also being realistic about where I am right now? Notice that this future self looks at you with deep compassion and understanding. They remember being exactly where you are now. They're not judging your current circumstances. They're celebrating your willingness to grow. Feel the connection between who you are now and who you're becoming. You're not trying to become someone completely different. You're allowing the fullest expression of who you already are. Now we'll explore different areas of life where goals might naturally emerge. Remember, you don't need to set goals in every area. Just notice where your energy and attention are drawn. Personal growth and learning. What skills, knowledge, or qualities would you like to develop? This might include emotional intelligence, creativity, physical abilities, or spiritual practices? What calls to you for your own evolution? Relationships and community. How would you like to contribute to your relationships? What kind of friend, partner, family member, or community member do you want to be? Are there new connections you'd like to cultivate? Health and well-being. What would support your physical, mental, and emotional health? This includes not just fitness or diet, but also rest, play, stress management, and activities that bring you joy. Career and service. How would you like to contribute your gifts to the world? This might be through your current work, a career change, volunteer service, or creative projects. What feels like meaningful contribution? Creative expression. What wants to be created or expressed through you? This might be art, writing, music, cooking, gardening, or any form of bringing something new into existence. Lifestyle and environment. How would you like to live? This might include your physical environment, how you spend your time, travel, or lifestyle changes that would support your values. As you consider each area, notice which ones feel most alive, most important to you right now. You don't need to have goals in all areas. Focus on what genuinely resonates. For each area that calls to you, ask yourself, if I were to make progress in this area over the next year, staying true to my values, What would that look like? Let the answers arise organically rather than forcing them. Trust your inner wisdom. Now we'll begin to crystallize the insights you've received into clear intentions. From all that you've explored, your values, your expanded sense of possibility, your future self's wisdom, and the different life areas, what feels most important and alive for you right now? Choose 1 to 3 areas that genuinely excite you, that align with your deepest values, and that feel both meaningful and achievable. For each area you've chosen, imagine yourself taking consistent, loving action over the coming months. See yourself not as someone struggling toward a distant goal, but as someone who is already becoming the person who naturally does these things. What would be a loving, realistic first step in each area? Not the biggest step possible, but the most sustainable one. Something that honours both your aspirations and your current reality. Notice the difference between goals that come from should energy, pressure, comparison, or external expectations, and goals that come from want to energy, genuine desire, values, alignment, and inner calling. Focus only on the goals that feel genuinely nourishing and exciting, even if they also feel challenging. For each goal you're considering, ask yourself, does this align with my core values? Can I imagine my future self being grateful that I pursued this? Trust your inner knowing. Your goals should feel like a natural expression of who you're becoming, not a burden you're forcing yourself to carry. Take a moment now to appreciate the wisdom you've accessed during this meditation. You've connected with your values, expanded your sense of possibility, received guidance from your future self, and clarified meaningful direction for your growth. If you have a journal nearby, you might want to capture the key insights from this practice while they're fresh. Remember that goal setting is not about creating rigid plans that you must follow perfectly. It's about clarifying direction so you can make conscious choices that align with what matters most to you. Your goals may evolve as you grow and learn. That's not failure, that's wisdom. Stay connected to your values and let them guide any adjustments you make along the way. Place both hands on your heart once more. Feel the steady rhythm that has been with you throughout this entire meditation. Reliable, consistent, alive. This is the same energy that will support you as you move toward your goals. Take 3 final conscious breaths, breathing clarity about what matters most to you. Breathe out any pressure to be perfect. Breathe in trust in your abilities. Breathe out with gratitude for the opportunity to grow and contribute. Breathe in the energy of your future self and breathe out the commitment to honor your authentic path. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Take a moment to stretch and ground yourself before moving into action. Your goals are not separate from who you are. They're an expression of your deepest self, wanting to grow and contribute. Trust the process, take loving action, and remember that every small step aligned with your values is meaningful progress. Thank you for joining me.